Hey everyone, good evening, YouTube. This is Brooke here, and I just wanted to do a quick video, talking about what's been going on with me lately, and just my thoughts on things. And for one, like I said in my previous video, I lost a really good friend of mine. He was a great person. Um, it was a sudden tragedy, and my prayers go out to his family. Um, Things like this happen all the time where somebody, they pass away, and you start to reflect and think about things like, okay, time is short. Our time on earth is very short, and we just have to do the best we can with what we have. And I'm just thankful that, for the people who have passed and are in the spiritual realm and the ancestral realm, that I'm thankful for the time that I've shared with those people. And they made an impact in my life in one way or another, in a positive way. So to anybody who, is, who's passed away or is still living, my prayers go to you. But I'm making this video today because I want to just talk about a few things. And for one, I just want to say thank you for all the people who've been subscribing to my page. I want to give a shout out to Pac Lives, because I've been on his chats, and I met Donald Marshall and I spoke to him in the chat, and that was a very great experience to learn more about the cloning centers and the military bases where they clone people in the arenas, and which celebrities were cloned and what's going on as far as truth is concerned. So I'm very blessed to be able to have the opportunity to speak with Mr. Marshall and through the Pac Lives chat room, and I'm just thankful for that. So thank you guys for that time. Also, I just want to say, like I said, thank you for the new subscribers I have on my page. It really means a lot to me that I've been getting so many subscribers every single day, and I'm thankful for that my page is growing. I'm just happy to be on the right path, because I've been lost for a very long time. I've been conscious but lost, and I'm starting to do the work of the Most High. It's my calling to do this work. I can't fuck around anymore, excuse my language. I can't bullshit around anymore. And I went through a tragic past. I've suffered a lot of deaths in my life, so I know exactly what it feels like to have to deal with that pain. But the reality is, everybody is here on earth, and we all have to participate in God's plan. So if God had to take somebody because of their spiritual journey, he or she had to take them. And I've suffered dearly with that in my life, trying to make amends and try to understand why certain people in my life had to go so soon. But everyone has their own journey, and I respect that. That the reality is, there's no such thing as death. People live after death. Their spirit lives on, and their spirit is with us. And there's a lot we can learn through this world, the physical world, and the spiritual world. And I'm trying to make things right in my life. I know there's a lot of people. I actually returned to Facebook, so my Facebook information is Rose Thorn. I'll put it in the description. I did not want to come back to Facebook, but I had to. At this point. My spirit said it's time to come back. There's a lot of people that care about me and love me, and I gotta stop my bullshit. When things get too overwhelming for me, I kind of just I'm like a turtle. I just go on my shell for a long time so I can get shit right. I've lost a lot of friends. I've gained a lot of friends. I mean, that's just life. And I have no problem with anybody in particular. I'm a peaceful person. I don't have any issues with anybody, But if people don't like me, I can't please everyone. I can only do my best and say I have no quarrel with anybody in my life, or anyone that I don't know that have been. I apologize to anyone if I said anything to offend anybody or make anyone feel a certain way on my Facebook. I've learned that I have to be very careful with what I say. I want to use my Facebook for positive purposes and nothing more than that. And I want to make sure I'm careful with what I say, because I do have a temper. I have a temper, I'm angry, and when I'm into truth so much, I don't realize that not everyone is studying truth as much as me, so some people might not understand what I'm saying, and some people might be offended by some of the things I say. but everything I do and say comes from the heart. And sometimes I say things that come from the heart that's a little messed up because I'm upset with things going on in my life. So I apologize to disperse that negative energy to people previously on my Facebook a few years ago. I want to use my social media and my platforms for positivity and doing the work of the Most High. I'm not perfect. I curse. I still have my temper. There's no coincidence that the tarot cards that I always pull up for myself is temperance as the main issue for me. Keyword temper. I have to find my own balance, and that's one of the biggest problems with me is I'm either here or here. Like there's no middle ground with me. I have extremes. I'm a very chaotic soul, but I'm a very magical soul, and I had a high priestess healer do my readings as well. I do tarot myself, but it's always good to have someone else do it for you too. She said I'm a magical being. She said I have the gift. She said I had the ability. It's just that I have no discipline, and I have my balance is all over the place. So I'm constantly working on that through meditation and prayer and exercise and learning to work on my temper and the way I say things, because sometimes the way I say things offend people. I don't say anything to hurt anybody. I just say the truth so it can help people. So I'm returning to social media. Things are going to be different this time. I'm going to be very disciplined by my social media because the Most High wants me to use my platforms for good and not for spreading negative energy or hate against other people. So, but this video is just to say to people that I've crossed paths with in my life that I'm sorry if I hurt anybody in my life, if I'm too distant, if I'm too ghost-like. You know, I have the tendency to do that when things are overwhelming in my life, but I'm coming back because there's some circumstances that happened that made me realize, you know, life is too short to be in my shell forever. I cannot be in my shell forever, and I have to come back. The reason why I left Facebook was because I felt like I was becoming something I wasn't, or I felt like I was getting caught up in it because it could be an addiction. Because when you're a person like me who's not used to like being popular or anything, or being like beautiful or pretty, or, you know, the popular chick in school, when I get all that attention, I got like caught up in that sometimes, and I have to stay grounded. Like I said, my main tarot card I pull for myself is temperance. That is very key for me, that I stay disciplined and know moderation and temperance, because my nature is very extreme. I'm either too hot or too cold. You know, I'm either two to the left or two to the right. I gotta learn how to just be in my eye. That's what I really need. So I'm doing a lot of spiritual work in my temple and meditation and all these things to help me become a better person. I'm just so thankful. And also, I also want to mention that somebody donated some money to my page, and thank you for that. Their name is Obscure Nebula. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but they sent me a very long email saying that I helped them a lot, and thank you so much for that donation. I really appreciate that. That made me feel like I'm on the right track. I'm on my right path, and I'm doing the work that the ancestors and the Most High are telling me to do. So with that being said, I don't want to seem like I'm up my own ass or anything like that. Like, I'm not no perfect person or anything. I just want to do the right thing. You know, it makes no sense to hold on to burdens and put weight on my soul. When I have the time to do the work, the greatest gift that God has given me is time. Because I could have died several times in my life. There were several circumstances that happened in my life that I could have died early and young because of recklessness and just because of not knowing how to deal with depression and not being around the right people. And a great friend of mine passed away, and that made me realize that, you know, I've lost a lot of people in my life. I lost my brother, I lost my grandparents. Well, it was their time. But some people I lost in my life, they died very, very young. And I'm starting to realize that, you know, I have to appreciate my time. I know I come off as bitching and whining and complaining a lot because I'm angry, because there goes that temperance again. That anger because I hate this world so much. I hate evil so much. So I just talk and talk and talk, and I have to, like, make sure that I am saying things in a way where people can understand and I don't sound like an asshole, you know. I'm just thankful for my time, you know. I'm thankful for this time on earth, and I feel I need to cleanse spiritually. I need to get right with everybody and everything in my life so I can move on and lift the burdens and weight off my soul. So this video is for everyone. If I ever said or did anything to hurt anybody, I'm sorry for that. And I will speak to you personally about that, because this is a time of forgiveness. One thing I learned when I used to go to therapy, group therapy, was I hated certain people in my life, people I'm related to. I hated them with a passion. But one young lady told me, because her parents were smoking crack and things like that, and she told me, Brooke, my mom was on crack and she smoked crack in front of me, but I had forgiveness, because without that forgiveness I could not move on. And that story touched me so much that I almost cried, because I have temper, I have anger, I have fury, I have frustration, but at the end of the day, I have to have forgiveness, because there are things that I've done to people and I've said and I've fucked up that probably made people upset, that I would like forgiveness for my actions, and I have to take responsibility and accountability for the things I've done in my life and those who I've hurt, and how cold and distant I can be at times because of my temperance, the lack of balance. There are times I do need to take time away from everybody, and there are times to come back. And I'm coming back to Facebook, you know, trying to do the right thing. Like I said before, I'm not an angel, I'm not perfect, you know, but I'm doing the best that I can do. And the Most High said, just a little effort will go a long way. And I hope that people can learn a lot from my channel. I know I might say things that make people offended, and I know I might say things out of anger. I love us so much. I love people. I love souls. I just want to help people so bad. I get so angry when people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth, and they want to keep arguing and arguing and arguing about this and that. I'd be like, man, I'm dedicating my life to this. I've sacrificed a lot for this, you know, the spiritual path, you know. And it hurts when I see people just refusing the truth and getting upset at me, as I am a player in the game called The Matrix. Don't hate me. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. If I come at someone with some truth, now I'm not trying to weaponize truth and be like, you're this and you're that. No, no, no. I just want people to heal and uplift themselves. I don't want to hurt anybody with my words. That's one thing I have to work on, is I have to work on the way I structure my words, because I could come off as a douchebag, and I understand that. I could sound like a bitch or a douchebag or a miserable piece of shit at times, and I'm not trying to be like that. I'm really not. So I'm just praying that everyone is healing and can take what they can out of this earthly experience into the ancestral and spiritual realms, that our time is short here. So we have to do the best we can, and don't take our time for granted at all. That's one of my biggest problems. I would be stuck somewhere in like a time loop, trying to figure out the why and the how, and how could this person do this to me, or this family member be like this, and I spend too much time with that when there are people that care about me that should be dedicating time to them. There are my fans, my subscribers, people on Facebook that really are cheering me on. I cannot hide in my shell anymore, and I can't put barriers and put a guard up anymore. There are times to do that, but there are times to say, you know what? I mean, I have to take responsibility for the bullshit I've been putting on Facebook, and I have to take responsibility for the things I've done that weren't in sync with my objectives in my life. And I have to just face that and take the heat and take the punches and take some L's and keep it moving, you know. That's what I'm trying to do in my life. And there's a lot of shit going on in the world, and people are I don't even want to get into it. It's so overwhelming. But guys, this is just a thank you video, and I'm going to be doing a lot of cleansing work, just making amends for the things that I've done in the past or that others have done to me, and just trying to make things right and ma'at and balance. that's the best I could do in my life. And, you know, like I said before, people, no matter what I do, they're not going to like me, and I accept that. One of my biggest problems is I try to get everybody to like me, and the reality is not everyone's going to like me. But, you know, people should respect one another, have mutual respect. I don't tolerate disrespect. If you don't like me, that's fine. That's your opinion. You're entitled to how you feel. But I don't want to be disrespected, because I've been trolled a lot. I've been, oh God, I just don't even want to get into it. How much I've dealt with in my life with bullying and being treated like pure shit. But it was a life lesson. Those things had to happen to me in my life through my spiritual work, because it made me a stronger person. It made me learn and realize that I cannot give my love to everybody. I mean, I could try to help everyone, but not everyone's here for my best interests. There's a lot of evil in this world. There's a lot of darkness. There's a lot of people that they just want what they can get out of you, and they don't care about mutual respect. They don't care about sharing light with one another. They don't care about bonding. And I have to be very careful that, excuse me, I don't guard myself away from those that love me and give my love to people who don't give a shit about me. That's one of my biggest issues. And I just hope everyone's having a great day. We've been having some every fucking year, excuse my language, every fucking year somebody passes away that I know and that I care about. And, you know, honestly, that's just life, and they're with us. Their spirit is with us, and we just have to keep fighting. We just have to keep fighting. Know when to have peace, but know when to get up and fight. And don't give up in this world. Sometimes I feel like, what's the point of all the things I do? I'm not making a lot of money. You know, I would like to make a little bit more money so I don't have to worry about working a day job anymore, and I could just sustain myself off my business. I'm not there yet. I pray that I get there eventually, because I'm a cartoonist and I love what I do. It's a very competitive and tough field, and I'm not a competitive type. You know, I just do things because I love to do them. But, you know, it's a tough career choice to be an artist, because a lot of people don't understand you. They get offended by the stuff you do, and they think you're a drifter and all these things. And I went through a lot to be here. I'm thankful every day to be here, and I appreciate those in my life that made sacrifices for me to make sure that I'm okay and I'm safe. And I say that every day, and I pay homage to my ancestors and the Most High every day, because without all of that help that I got, I'd probably be dead right now, to be honest with you. And I'm not saying that to be overly dramatic, and, you know, because I don't want to be called a drama queen. I'm just a real person, you know. I'm just happy to be here, because so many things happened in my life. I just don't know how I fought through that, but I did, because I know I'm a fighter and I can't go down like that. So, alright guys, I'm going to be making another video about something else. Have a good night.